Okay, this is a short tutorial on Instanet. This way y'all know a little bit more on how to navigate certain tasks. It's a good idea to make it easier if you save a shortcut to your desktop of the web page, just as I'm doing here. Click on it once and it's open. Now we're going to get off the broker dashboard temporarily. Okay, now we're viewing this as if it was on your end viewing a dashboard. So what I want to show y'all is the shared documents, which would be DocBox. I don't know if y'all see the cursor to the left, DocBox. Click on it. We have one that says shared documents. I'm sorry, my folders. I want to say on your end, it's going to say shared documents, and it's going to basically be the same as showing first. It's probably going to say Brian Grove, then it's going to say First BMG Realty LLC forms. Click on that. And these are all the forms that are uploaded directly through us. This is nothing to do with Instanet. These forms are specifically through us. Any forms that may or may not need to be used. There are going to be times that you're going to need some of these forms, and in that case or that instance, they're going to be available to you, readily available in this section right here. Forms that have been revised. List on businesses. It is now called acknowledgement, comma, list on businesses. So this form did change. It is now revised. There are some items on there that have been changed. So this is not taking effect in your templates. When y'all start to do a residential sale and y'all choose y'all template, when you're going through the 5 steps, you need to add this form back into it. And I'm going to show you exactly how to do so. So acknowledgement, list on businesses. We also have another form in here called lead-based paint pamphlet. It is highly recommended to at least send it. You don't have to keep it, but at least send it when you're getting something signed, such as a purchase agreement. Only purchase agreements, as well as to tenants, if y'all leasing a property. Sellers do not get this. They do not need this. Only the purchasers. Okay, so that form's in here. It's a 20-page form document. I highly doubt you want to print that out. So just for reference, it's only to send to them. That way you have record of it. Okay, and they can't say you didn't give it to them. Anyhow, we're going to go back out of DocBox, back to the house. Okay, starting over again. Now, we have a gearbox right here. This is how you get to your templates. Any kind of modification or adjustments you may need to make. We're going to click on that. Then you're going to see in this list, transaction template. Okay, you're going to see that one head, multiple heads. Reason for the multiple heads, this is office templates. You can certainly use them if you like. If you're experienced, much more experienced, it would be wise to use these that are already in your system. These office double heads are basically for newbies that come on with the company, and it's basically for them to start off with using these templates until they make their own personals. So remember, one head, two heads when y'all doing these templates and starting a new transaction. Okay, residential sale. We're going to go into residential sale. Now this is something that you have to do on your end. The office ones will always be updated. The downfall is everything that's in your forms for the template will not be updated to your specification. Everybody's different. Everybody works a little different. It's best that you keep yours updated. Okay, we're going to click on custom information form. So this is how you get into your template. Okay, most of y'all already have this pre-typed, buyer, as well as your name for the buyer. And then of course you have to fill out this when you have a buyer. Then we're going to click open forms. Go to the next one that's in your template for residential sale. Okay. Selling firm. This is all pre-typed, and I will not have to do all this work over and over and over again. So it is very wise for y'all to go in there and update this. Put all your information. Now, if you need to use an office template to kind of copy, well, no, you can't. I'm sorry, because it's not going to have your specifics. But still in all, you know, I usually put via email. You could put by email. It doesn't matter. However you want to put it. This is how I do it. I usually take a time and a date stamp from the initial, the last initial. If there's two people, I take the last initial date and time and I put it right here. Whenever the buyers make their signatures, that's when they'll populate the date and time. That way they always accountable and you're not accountable, because we can't force them to sign a certain document once we want it signed. Okay. This is pre-typed, all improvements including appliances. Now naturally, if it's a house with no appliances, you would just wipe out that little bit and leave all improvements. I'm just showing y'all exactly what I do specifically. And if all y'all want a copy sent to you, please email me and I will send you a copy. That way you can update your template. Only thing I cannot update is your name and your license number. You have to look that information up. This right here is going to be on here. This is going to be on here. You're going to change your email naturally. Okay. Mineral rights are always typically 0. So therefore we have 0. All these are typical. Typical. If it's a contingent, simply uncheck it and check that one. Anything that's typical, this is everything that is clicked on here is pretty much a majority of what I do. So that's naturally what I'm going to choose. 30 years. Always review your paperwork. Always double check it. That way it's pretty thorough. 3 calendar days for a pre-approval. Now typically I'm sending a pre-approval on the spot, but I still typically put 3 calendar days. Appraisal. This sale is conditioned on appraisal. If they buy in the cash, they said it's not, then just change it. Typically this is what we always using. 3. Go what you want to go with. I've seen people do different things. I like it 3. I like it 3 there. Typically $500 deposit is what we always doing. Listing agent usually gets it. It's pre-checked. All you got to do is uncheck it. Make that quick, simple move. Typically this is what's being used. So that's what I'm leaving it on. Okay. There's no new home construction addendum. 13 days is probably pretty much a majority of what I go with. No septic tanks. If it's a septic tank area, naturally make your selection. and of course so on and so on and so on. So all this stuff is completely populated for me. Okay, now that this is done, you do have to click back on the gearbox, click on transaction templates. The other sale one we have a residential listing, residential lease listing, residential dual agency sale. We're going to go ahead and click back on residential sale again. We have our forms, of course, documents, and folders. Click on that. Now you're going to see in here, I have acknowledgement, list on businesses. This is the new revised lead-based paint pamphlet. All these are going to move over once you start doing your signatures and following through your 5 steps. You have to use your template for this stuff to continue over. Most of y'all all know how to do that. To go in there, simply go in here. The old one's just going to say list on businesses, perhaps. It may show that it's been deleted. Click the delete button if it's in there. To add these 2 forms, click the add button. Add document. Click the doc box up here. Then you're going to go to, I want to say shared documents, but mine I believe is my folders. I think it's going to say Brian Grove for y'all. And then you're going to click on it again. It's going to say First BMG Realty forms. Here's all your forms. You're going to look for acknowledgement, list on businesses, which is going to be a first on the list. Put a check mark in there. Lead-based paint form. Pamphlet. Put a check there. You have 2 selected. Click Save. Once you click Save, it's going to populate in here. And there you go. Now going back to the gearbox, transaction template. The other one that you're going to have to do, this residential listing is already finished for you. Nothing's nothing should need to be updated in it. So you should be fine in that category. The ones that y'all got to update are residential sale and residential dual agency sale. Click on residential dual agency sale. It's a little bit back and forth. So forms, custom information form, agreement to buy or sell. Again, go in there and update it the way you like it specifically. Just remember, every sale is different, so you may have to be, it's wise to check thoroughly through it and make sure all the specifics are correct. As you continue to do this process, you're going to get used to exactly what you already have marked. Documents and folders. Again, I've already added these. I just showed you how to do it. Click the add button. You're going to probably be deleting the list on businesses, which is the old one. It may be gone. It may be highlighted in red saying it doesn't exist no more. That case, delete it. Click add document, doc box. Y'all, I believe again is shared documents. I'm clicking on this one. It's going to say Brian Grove, then First BMG Realty forms, and then put your check in, acknowledgement, list on businesses, the one you need to move over. And then, of course, I never can find it, but lead-based paint pamphlet, which is 20 pages. Click Save. Then it's going to appear in here automatically for you. Once you did that, you do not have to click Update. Once you did that, you're done. You can get back out of it. And that's it. So this concludes showing y'all the ropes through updating your template. Now remember, the 2 heads is specifically from office use. You can use it, but most of you that have been with the company already already have the the single heads. The personal is called personal use forms, and I highly recommend using those. Probably once a year. You probably have to update it as changes are made to the listing agreement or the purchase agreement, or even the disclosures, the property disclosures. So that's what I recommend. That's what I would do. Stick with the ones, use the ones that y'all have that single head personal use versus the office ones. The office ones are only for new candidates that are just being broken in. All right, let's see. Also, short video on adding Instanet on your phone or use and need to check settings. Okay. There is another video that I am going to do. We're actually timed at 16 minutes. I did not want to make this too long. The next video is going to be on adding a shortcut to your phone of Instanet. It's simple. Typically, you're clicking on the 3 right buttons. When you have Instanet physically open on your phone, go to Matrix, Instanet, click the 3 buttons at the top, and then it should have an item on there that says create shortcut to home or home, I don't know, phone, however your phone works, but it's going to say shortcut to home page probably. I would go ahead and click on that. That way you always have the shortcut on your phone. That way you can click on it, click straight to a signature, and you can always take a look and monitor and just keep clicking refresh to assure that someone's actually signing their documents, or they need to be walked through step by step. If you go on a trip somewheres, you have your phone, you don't have to bother with all this. Remember, also you can click on the 3 buttons to the top right and also create a shortcut to your desktop. That way you don't have to always go on to Matrix, and through Instanet you can simply click on the actual quick link on your desktop, just as I've done right here. This link right here that I'm circling around, this is exactly what I had made myself. All I did was, I want to say it's these 3 dots. There's let me see. I want to say it's these 3 dots here. You just have to kind of look for it, but there's one in here. It might be under more tools. Right here, it says create shortcut. All you're going to do is click on that, and then that's going to create a shortcut. So very simple. You simply click on it without going through the matrix, and you're already signed on, and you can easily access it. And that's it. So that concludes this tutorial on Instanet. If anybody has any questions, don't hesitate to give me a call. We're at 18 minutes, 19 minutes, and I want to go ahead and end this. I didn't want this video to be excessively long. And that's it. That concludes this. Anybody needs help, give me a call, and good luck.